Good morning, it's MJ, the creator of the Crow Tarot and the Wise Dog Tarot, and this is a general reading for the collective using the Wise Dog for Friday, August 9th. So I had to go look at the calendar there. Ooh. Anyway, let's get started and see what these pups have for us today. I have a sick kid home. She's been sick all week with that summer cold. Oh my God, they're the worst. It's like, if you're gonna be sick, at least have it be in the winter months when you just want to be inside curled up on the couch, not when all your friends are outside playing. So, anyway, let's see what we have going on this morning, energetically speaking. And I'm wrapping up the journal. I do still need some pups, so if you have pup pictures, whoa, yowzers, send them over via my Facebook page, please. So let's get started here. The first card I'm going to pull is that current energy that we're working with. This is what we have going on at this time, and it's like I'm just going to randomly pull. Okay, so we have, interesting, we have the Page of Cups. Again, okay. Oops. And then we have the Hierophant. And so this is the energy that we're working with, and then the Hierophant is going to come in as an external influence. Let me see if this is straight there. Okay. And so this is something that is going to come in and perhaps, challenge these new ideas, this new information that you're getting as a result of opening your heart. It may go against some traditional beliefs here. So let's see what the pups bring back for the advice. And then we'll go into this whole reading here. Here we have the 8 of Wands. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm picking up what the dogs are putting down here. Okay, so here we are in this current situation where we're opening ourselves up to hearing new ideas. We're feeling a bit open-hearted in that we're accepting people in a way that is perhaps a little more without prejudice. It's like you're open to hearing new ideas, new solutions, any way to solve a problem, and you're not really filtering too much. You're letting your intuition be your guide in a sense here. You're letting your heart dictate, what you listen to, and because of that, you're more apt to perhaps accept something that may come from somebody who you may in the past have dismissed, or you're all of a sudden that person who used to rub you the wrong way is giving you information, and you're thinking, well, maybe they have something here, maybe you overlooked a good quality that this person has. And so this information that you're getting, can be very beneficial, especially if it's something where you may have brushed it off in the past. But perhaps, like, I'm looking at this Hierophant here, and something is going to challenge this, like the status quo, the way things are always done. You may encounter somebody who who just isn't on the same page as you. Oh, there we go again. Who just isn't ready to accept perhaps outside the box thinking. This may be somebody who is very traditional, or who doesn't want you to break with your heritage. Perhaps like this is, you may be getting information and you may be feeling this need to explore other options, right? To hear somebody else out who may not necessarily have been somebody who was in your tribe, right? This is you perhaps getting information and finding new solutions from somebody who, may not be part of your cultural heritage, or part of your community, or again, your tribe, like, people who you are normally close with. This person may be coming in and may offer you something of value in the form of a solution, or perhaps a practical idea that would have been once overlooked or dismissed. And so here you are with your ears wide open and you're ready to listen. And there's like this pullback here with the Hierophant, in that, this may cause some friction. It may cause you to feel as though you have to choose, between this path that you're on right now and one that has you connected with your history. And so there may be a fear of acceptance here. Like if I go along with this, will I lose that tie? Will I lose this community? If I go against the grain. But so we have the Eight of Wands coming in here. And I feel like with this Eight of Wands, this Eight of Wands is an energy that will help fast track your ideas. This is going to help you come up with creative solutions here. This is going to help you see, see like the quickest route possible to the end. And so, with that though, sometimes you miss information. So I feel with this Eight of Wands coming in here as advice, it's like, I feel like the message here is to not get bogged down so much by what other people expect of you, or what other people, by tradition. Don't get bogged down by tradition if that's going to slow down progress. However, there is wisdom here, and there are solutions that the Hierophant can provide. So I feel like with this Eight of Wands, it's like, this is where you kind of need to know the rules that that you can break. I think I said this the other day. It's like, one of the best things about knowing all the rules, about knowing all the history, about knowing what is expected and what's not expected, is then what you can break, what rules you can break, and which ones, in doing that, are not going to cause as much a disruption, or that aren't going to slow you down if you do break them. In some ways, they may speed you up. They may open up new doors by breaking these rules. But this is where you have a clear understanding of what those rules are, or what is expected of you. What beliefs are you tethered to that you can detach from, perhaps, so that you can accept this information and move ahead quickly. So, there's maybe something at work where your company has always done something this way. It's always been done, it's like, whether it's a particular kind of report that always needs to be filed, like a TPA report, right? For those of you who've watched Office Space, it's like, there's always something that is part of the tradition. It may be that you need to have 3 signatures instead of 2 for an authorization. It may be that you need, something that, is just part of a formality, right? That has been like this rule that's been in place for decades or whatever, because that's just the way it was back in 1920 something when the company was founded, and nobody is, ready to go against the grain there. And so this is where you're getting some new information, new ideas, And these ideas are going to help you move ahead quickly, but you're going to be challenged by tradition. And so this is where you're going to know here which ones to break, which rules, you can kind of skirt by if you have to get to the end. The Eight of Wands also asks here, in that speed, in your quest to reach a successful closure, and doing so quickly, it asks that you don't overlook important stuff. So if you do know that something is going to trip you up, this is where you know what rules to break, which rules not to break. So if you know that, like, if you definitely need all three signatures and you try to skate by with two, this is going to be a time where it will hose you. It's like, this is where you're going to slow yourself down. So there may be ways of getting around that, but only you will know what rules you can break by accepting information perhaps from someone who may seem a bit outside your group or your community or your network. This may be somebody who has inside information and they're willing to share it with you, and in that information it goes against tradition. So you will move quickly and you'll know which rules to break, but the key is, don't move so quickly that you break the ones that will slow you down. Does that make sense? I hope so. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, it's funny because here we have Rockstar again, this big-eared chihuahua listening to the fish. We have the Hierophant, which is the tradition. When I made this card, I thought of that tradition of fox hunting and how these dogs would just go, they were just trained just to go and not really think, for themselves. This was just part of the tradition. And they were just on one mission, and that was to get the fox. So when I made the Hierophant, that's what I thought of. It wasn't because of the cartoon. I don't think my daughter has ever seen The Fox and the Hound. But that's what made me think of this here. And then we have Pip, the Eight of Wands, this little Pomeranian who's just springing across that grass and finding her strength and pulling ideas together and moving quickly, and the sun is shining down on her, kind of lighting the way. So I hope this reading makes sense. I hope you enjoy these cards. And if you're looking for the Crow Tarot reading, it is there. It is still here. It is on the Patreon page, though. It just moved. That's all. Just got a new dress. So much love to you, and bye for now. Peace.